Hi, guys, and welcome to a new episode of Roundtable PodRacers. I'm here with.
Julie.
And Alexis.
and this is Anna, and I'm excited, guys, because Clone Wars is back!
Woo!
Finally.
About time.
I know we've
And it started with a really good episode, which we're gonna dig into. So if you have not watched the episode, please go watch it and come back because it's gonna be full of spoilers.
yes, big spoiler warning right now.
Yes. So go watch it and come back because the Bad Batch was, oh my god, one of my favorite clones ever.
One of your favorite clones or Clone Wars episodes?
Like clones.
Okay. It
Like
was
Team of clones. I was like clone squad, clone group, clones.
I really liked the episode, but I also felt like it was a strange first episode to come back to.
It was all about clones.
Right, which makes sense because it's Clone Wars, but like I guess because I know that this is the final season, I was a little sad to not see like any of like the Jedis other than like we obviously saw Mace Windu and Anakin, but that was for like 5 seconds.
I like that. I like that
Okay.
it wasn't like go the story of like Anakin and Ahsoka and or Obi-Wan or where they are. I think it was, for me, it was kind of like, okay, this at the end of the day, this is what it's about, and first get to know the stories because the clones are gonna disappear in a couple episodes.
Oh, they
Yeah,
are.
this was a good like ramping up episode. Like it was I mean, as a Jedi lover, I was a little bit like, "Oh, I wanted to see a little bit more Jedi action," but I appreciated the fact that it was like they're kind of saving some of the Jedi action, as we already kind of saw that, spoilers if you haven't seen any of the trailers. Ahsoka's going to come back, and we're going to get a little bit more Anakin. But I liked it. I liked that this was a clone heavy episode. Like, it was a good start to the season.
Definitely. And I mean, for me, I love Captain Rex. I mean, you guys can tell. I named myself
Yeah.
Captain Rex today. Um so I fell in love with the clones, and kind of like, even though they are clones, what makes them all different. And I think Bradley Baker, I forgot his name, the voice actor, does an amazing job with this particular episode, because having one voice characterize or like make 1,000 voices sound differently, I'm like, whoa, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the new clones definitely sounded very different from the normal ones that we always see. And I really liked them. I thought it was very like they all were different tropes,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved that. Like the main one was like totally Rambo.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my god." I also really liked that we saw like so much of Cody in this episode because I don't know, something about him in this kind of like made me feel bad for when we know Order 66 is going to come.
But that's what happens. I feel like this is such a beautiful episode to show you, like, appreciate and sympathize with the clones, because we all know their destiny. We all know what's going to happen,
Mhm.
even with Rex that survives. But these are the moments where you can feel like they're not clones, but they're humans. And
Right.
they make you realize, like, oh, look at the struggle that they're going through, and look at how they they're trying to put themselves out there and trying to win the war, and it's so sad what happens to them.
I also got to say, I was like losing my mind when they said that their like squad name was 99.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh my god, 99."
Yes.
And then Rex kind of commented like, "Oh, that's so cute." And I was like, "Yeah, it is."
It was.
99 is probably like that little mini arc is one of my favorites in Clone Wars. So I was really happy about
For
that.
sure.
For those that don't remember, 99 is the old clone who did a lot of things for the new clones, and it's just like really heartfelt episodes, and you really fall in love with that character very quickly. And obviously the Bad Batch also fell in love with him.
And well,
I, I I actually thought about the randomly. I thought about the stormtrooper squad called squad. I think they're also called Squad 99, which they're also like a special force. They're from the new comic series. The actually I think it's like one of the main Star Wars line, and they're also called 99. So when I heard 99, I thought about 99 from that arc you're mentioning, Julie. But then I also thought about the Stormtrooper Squad 99, which
Maybe
they're like
they're like
special.
all based on each other. So like it's Old Man 99, and then Bad Batch based them on Old Man 99, and then the Stormtrooper based on Bad Batch.
I like that. I like that nickname, Old Man 99.
He was so cute.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, he was
it made
cool.
me think about could have 99 been part of like that group of genetic experimental clones, because he was definitely, I feel like he was an experiment gone wrong, and not offending 99s because I love the character, but it, he was also defective in that sort of way.
Right. He was, yeah. Because none of the other clones were old, right? It was just him.
Yeah.
And I remember like the whole thing was that it was like a weird situation where he was like the only old one, which was why he was stuck on like janitor duty.
Yeah, like he was defective, so they put him to pick up the trash pretty much.
That would make sense then, that these guys are defective, so they based, but they're like a different kind of defective, so they based it off that clone.
Yeah, because these guys are not defective; they're genetically modified. They're
Okay.
So they were created to be not better, but have their own set of skills.
Right. And you could tell that with each character. Like each character had like a specific thing that they were cool with. Like there was the heavy, the sniper, the smart one, and then the leader. It was like perfectly, they were all characterized in their own unique little thing.
Which, by the way, I think the leader, I think his name was
Mm-hmm.
Hunter. I think he actually had the coolest quote unquote defect. I think so. I think it was Cody or somebody was saying that like he can like sense electrical disturbances from like across the planet. And the first thing I thought of was force sensitivity. Like, am I the only one that sees that he could be like force sensitive clone? Like, how could you sense things across the planet without like any type of like force sensitivity?
Oh man. Because it was like specifically like the droids though, right? That he could sense.
No, he could
And,
I think
sense
he said,
any electromagnetic.
yeah.
but like electric stuff, right? So it wasn't like the force that you could sense everything. I don't know. It was definitely weird.
Yeah, it was like he was like a map, pretty much.
Right.
So I don't know
That-
exactly if he could he could feel people per se, unless they were clones. But I know that he was able to identify where other clones or other heavy machinery or other planet architecture was, I'm guessing.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see there. I think they're gonna like touch upon that a little bit more. I feel like there's more to him than kind of meets the eye.
I think we'll see them all again.
Oh, for sure.
I think yeah, Clone Wars sometimes like introduces people and then drops them off, but I feel like that's not going to be this group. I think they're going to be like maybe part of like the story of the season.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
They were just super cool.
And they really were. I liked them, and I liked the dynamic between them and the like normal clones. I forgot the
Reg.
name that they
The regs.
The regs. I really liked the dynamic between the two, especially when Rex started like showing what Rex is capable of, and they were like, so you're a cool reg. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a very like, when the special forces, the military comes into town and they just want to be savages, but they're also, it's cool to see they're like a little union and family that they have between each other, because they work so well. Because I love the part that they were like, oh, we take them head on, and they had a code name which I totally forgot. Shockwave. When they were doing the
Mm-hmm.
shockwave and they were just so connected, I was like, that's pretty cool, because even though they were doing things differently, at the end of the day they were still clones and they were still working together, which is the essence of all clones. So I thought that was pretty
Right.
awesome.
And it's the essence of like Clone Wars as a show itself,
Mm-hmm.
because like, you know, in the movies we don't see anything of the clones really. We see that they're there. I think half of the people who watch the movies assume that the clones are like stormtroopers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I think Clone Wars, like showing what the clones are actually capable of and like how they work together, how they all have different personalities, is like the essence of the show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's always cool to see a clone use a vibro knife on B1 battle droids.
Yeah.
That knife
Um
looks so cool, which the animation looked amazing. I mean, it was so
Yes.
beautiful. I know there was a couple of years that we went without having Clone Wars, but wow, like technology at its best. I thought the whole thing looked beautiful, from even Anakin looking darker to like
Yep.
Anakin did, yeah.
to everything, even like the Roger droids. uh, they
Aw.
look like everything looked like super HD.
It
Yeah,
looked
it looks good.
cleaner
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Uh
One of the first things I noticed is that it's actually for something very small, but it was actually Mace Windu. It was his sleeves. I noticed that there was like a little bit of a like almost like a flowiness to it, and I'm
Yes.
like,
Aw.
oh yeah, this is definitely different. Like you never saw this. You just attention to detail, and obviously I don't know how many years it's been, like 5 6 years since the last
Yeah.
season, and you could definitely tell that it's technology is
And
improved.
I mean, I don't know if you guys ever watched like the pre-production of the Bad Batch back in the day, because it came out like a few years ago. Um
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
seeing that, because I saw a couple of it and then I didn't want to watch it anymore, because I had hope that they would come out, because I thought they look so cool. But going back and like seeing them now, I'm obsessed with them, because they were so different but they were so cool. I mean, from Wrecker, that is like psycho laugh, like to like
Mhm.
the sniper guy. What was his name?
Mm-hmm.
Something face. um
Oh my
Oh,
god. I'm
didn't
blanking.
catch his name.
yeah, he, and even to Tech with the glasses, I was like, it's so
I thought that was so
cool
cool.
to see like a techie kind of nerdy clone.
And
Mm-hmm.
I liked that, like, we always see different like facial hair and like hair in general, but these guys had it even more different than we're used to. Like with long hair and beards, like, I don't think they're allowed to have long hair or beards because they're like soldiers and that's just a thing, right?
Yeah.
So it was cool to see that with like these characters, and that they also kind of get to do whatever they want, obviously.
Mm-hmm. The guy's name was Crosshair.
Crosshair,
Uh, yeah, he was
the
the
sniper guy,
sniper. Wrecker
the
is
big dude.
the strongman. Tech is the intelligent tech. Oh, sorry, Tech is the guy who
Yeah,
you were
but the
talking about, the,
glasses.
the nerdy one. And then Sergeant Hunter
Hmm.
was the
I
leader.
thought Hunter looked super cool. I like the
Yeah, Hunter
little
had.
skull that they had. They all had it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was my favorite design, I think. Hunter.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely looked like Rambo.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I thought was so cool. But yeah, the animation, like the first couple minutes, I guess, because I was rewatching the original Clone Wars. The first couple minutes I was a little thrown off. Not because it looked bad or anything like that. I thought it looked amazing, but it was just like I definitely felt like an adjustment period. Like with Anakin,
Yeah.
like you said, like he looked so much darker, and
Hmm.
then I was having moments when I was like, "Is Rex's helmet painted differently? No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not." I couldn't tell for a minute, and then they did like a transition at the beginning while they were doing like the radio voice was like giving us like the news of what was happening or whatever.
Yeah, the intro.
There was a transition that happened like 3 different times, and it was just like a very not Star Wars transition, and I was very thrown off for like the first like 2 seconds of the episode. But then
Mhm.
everything else I was like, oh my god, this is amazing, this looks beautiful. And I especially noticed it with the the battle droids, the Roger ones. Like you said, like I super noticed it.
Yeah, I realized right away. I was like, to me, it was just when I saw the Jedi, because that's just my focus, and I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, and even Anakin's hair, I think, kind of moved a little
Yeah.
bit. I'm like, oh,
Like it
okay.
was
And even
flowy.
like his
Yeah.
face, because I mean, if we talk about the episode, I mean, it starts with them coming to talk to Cody and Rex coming to talk to Mace Windu and Anakin. And I love the part that Anakin just like stops and was like, was there anything else, Rex? And
Yeah.
like his face, like the eye, like all the facial expression, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And this is, I feel like, the first time ever that Rex hid something from like Anakin. So it
Mm.
was
Yeah.
like, where are we right now that like they're already starting to feel like Anakin is just there trying to figure out what the hell is going on in his life, and Rex is trying to figure out if Echo is alive. So many
Mm.
things.
Yeah. Anakin
Mm.
had like we said, he looks darker in terms of like, you know, his outfit, his hair, like, but his like facial expression too. Like I feel like he looked angry. Like he looked like episode 3 Anakin already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you could see the Sithiness in his eyes already almost.
I was actually surprised not to see Obi-Wan in this episode. So I'm like, oh, where's Obi-Wan? Where, like, where is he?
I felt that too. I was like, dang, I want Obi-Wan. And then I also thought there was going to be a moment when they were going to like show Maul. Not show Maul, but like mention Maul. I forgot when, but I remember thinking like, oh, it's going to be Maul. And then it wasn't. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
I feel like this was very Filoni to like, oh, you guys are excited to this? Let me give you this, and you guys are gonna wait for the good stuff.
I'm a little sad that I have to wait because when I saw Clone Wars, I saw it all on Netflix originally.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, now I have to wait week to week.
No, but I like it because I mean it's the last season and it's not so many episodes. So I'm like, yeah, take your time because I feel like I need to rewatch every episode 3 times, and obviously after I'll rewatch it 1,000 times. But I'm like, just I can't handle it, finishing it already.
Yeah, I
I,
like it because I also feel like I get to enjoy it every week and be like excited for it.
Ditto. I was just gonna say that. It's like ever since like Mandalorian has ended, it's like I kind of was like, now I'm kind of liking that. I kind of have to wait, and then we can talk about it, week to week, and it's almost sweeter that it makes you wait for it.
Yeah, I agree. And it's also nice because of what you said that we don't have Mandalorian. So this is just like, it's like Mandalorian has been like us anticipating Clone Wars, and now Clone Wars is us anticipating Mandalorian. So it works
Mhm.
out.
One thing you guys were talking about the visuals. One thing that kind of struck me is the actual planet that this episode takes place on,
Mm-hmm.
Anaxis. I don't know too much about this planet, I noticed that it was like most of the episode it was a sunset, and to me it's almost like symbolic, right? It's like the sunset, like the twilight of like the Republic. Like this is like the last few weeks or months or whatever of pretty much the Republic. So I feel like the production team was kind of like throwing that a little bit, a little bit of symbolism, like the sunset of the series. Like this is the last of it,
I like
before.
that. I was gonna just say that they're like, I get the whole like the eve of the Republic kind of thing,
Hmm.
but also like the same for the show. Like this is the twilight of the show. Like
Yeah, I
Right.
it's
felt.
almost night.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
felt very nostalgic.
And do we know for sure if this season it is leaking into episode 3, right?
It's happening on episode 3.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I
Like
I personally don't, nor didn't see anything like confirming that. I know a lot of people have been saying that because of like
Padme.
the holocall, yeah, Padme, and kind of so. But I'm not 100% convinced yet that it's. I mean, until we see the actual season in its full entirety, I won't know for sure. But who knows? I don't know.
I swear to God, if this show ends with Order 66, I'm gonna scream. I'm calling it now. So if in a few episodes you hear me screaming at the beginning, that's why.
There's so many things that need to
Yeah.
happen, and I mean, I can't wait. It's too exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. And the biggest reveal of the episode, we found out that Echo is alive.
Yeah.
I
CT1409, I believe.
I don't remember the numbers at all.
I thought that it was pretty cool the way they found out. Because I, since the beginning of the episode, I was like, huh, how are they stealing their tactics? Like, I kept thinking that it was something with the chip. Like, we know that they have control over it, but it was pretty cool to see, like, oh, it's a live
Person.
person giving you, like, that was crazy.
I honestly did think it was going to be Echo because of the fact that Rex said like only Echo and I were the ones who like knew this. So it's
Yeah.
kind of weird that they know this, and like it kind of alluded for me to the fact that like Rex I think also thought that it was Echo. So because of that I also thought it was Echo.
Yeah, they definitely
Yeah.
telegraphed it for sure, you know. Once he started saying that and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I think it's Echo. I know it sounds crazy." And it's like, "Yep, that's going to be the twist at the end, you know."
Yeah, which I thought was really cool cuz like I don't think Echo would be willingly giving away battle plans, you know? So that means like they have him somewhere. And like there's a reason why he's telling them the battle plans.
Yeah, and that's what I was meaning about like the chip. Like I feel like they have him, but it's not really him. Like it's him,
Yeah.
they're
Or like
controlling him or something.
yeah, I think it's him and or like I think it's going to be like a pretty brutal scene maybe like of him like just like in this machine like kind of
Yeah.
almost like taking the information directly out of his brain or maybe directly out of the chip like you said.
Yeah, and I feel like in that like reveal or whatever, I feel like it's gonna be like, oh, we can't just get him out. Like, if we pull this one, wire or something, it may end up killing him or something. I feel like they're gonna add yet another little, level to that. Like,
So you're saying
you
Echo
know,
is a bomb.
pretty much, yeah. Like,
That is
like
exactly
it'll
how
be
I
like
was
a
saying it.
tripwire or something. Like,
Get it.
especially with the Bad Batch and then having that tech
Yeah.
guy. Like, I feel like that's how they're
Yeah,
gonna kind of integrate the Bad Batch even
it's
more.
gonna be a delicate mission.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think that too.
Can we talk about how Admiral Trench is in this episode?
Yes, we were talking about him recently.
Yeah, we were.
So, and I love that droid that is always like telling the analytics of the war. I always like him.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was when he showed up that droid, I was like, "Oh my god." Cuz I remember like being really annoyed by him. But like in a good way,
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like technical like a droid, but then he like kind of pulls rank like like a general, like a human
Yeah.
general or something.
right.
So
He's
it's like you hate him
snotty.
doubly so.
Do we know if because this is on Disney Plus, is it still technically a kids show or are they going to make this last season a little bit darker?
I actually have no idea.
I was
I
thinking
just
about
assume
that.
it's gonna be darker just because it's getting closer to, you know. I mean, we have a lot of things going. I mean, we have the Siege of Mandalore, and it's like a lot of like kind of heavy stuff, heavy storytelling, and then with Order 66 at the tail end. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a little bit darker. I don't know. I don't officially know if it's like rated R or something, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good
Let me
question.
see what shows in here.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that while I was watching the episode. Because I don't know the new squad, even though they're like super cool and stuff, there were moments that I was like, I saw the kids show elements, but then I also didn't, and I was like,
Is TV PG?
okay, so parental guidance, not general. Okay.
I mean,
Huh.
they've always pulled off having some dark episodes, so I know they're coming. Especially
Right.
like you guys mentioned, we have the Siege of Mandalore, and we have Maul in this episode. So I mean this season. So it's about to get real.
Yeah, and along with that, like we also have Dark Anakin coming out.
Exactly.
He killed kids.
I mean, can't get any crazier than that.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be like the same like kid showness, but minus like those kid arcs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because we don't. I mean, we don't have enough time. Like that's
Right.
it. We got to start wrapping up stuff. So
It's 13 episodes or less.
I
If you
actually
guys
don't
remember.
know.
No?
I
Okay.
can double check.
Oops. But the episode, I got so excited at the beginning, like when I heard the song, when I read the quote, when I heard the voice again, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, we're back. It's Clone
What
Wars.
was it me, or did like the quote like was like a little bit faster than normal?
Like it
Like
faded, right?
it faded like faster. I'm like, I normally,
It's
I
a
don't know. I
little
feel
bit
like
longer.
normally it's like a extra. Yeah, it's a little bit longer, and I was like, wait, oh wait, what's going
And I
on?
feel
Okay,
like
getting right
it was a
into it.
different shade of blue.
Kind of fade, right?
I-
For me, it like I wasn't sure if it was just like on my screen or whatever, if I was looking at it weird, but it like faded from either like bottom to top or top to bottom, like erasing the words, and that made it like a different shade of blue, and I was like a little confused because it also went really fast, and I was like, oh crap. I think I even had to go back to like finish reading it.
So it's actually 12 episodes
12.
this
Okay.
season.
God, and we're already one down.
But that's gonna be nice. So every week, so for the next 11 weeks. I mean, that's pretty. Well, that's like almost. Yeah, it's almost like 3 months.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay.
we can do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna be awesome. And with Ahsoka return, I'm gonna lose.
Ahsoka, Maul.
That's gonna be so fun.
Mandalorians.
Bo-Katan,
Yeah,
no, it's gonna be a lot, and then we're gonna have to wait and see Mandalorian, and then see how it ties into this ending. It's too many things.
And then we somehow have to see what happens after to Bo-Katan after Rebels between then and Mandalorian.
Yep.
Hopefully they'll tell us in Mandalorian though, so we don't have to wait like even more.
Hopefully they come up with a sequel to Rebels.
That's what I want. I want a sequel so that way it could also be like Sabine and Ahsoka going for Ezra.
Yep.
The thing we've all been waiting for, like the biggest cliffhanger in Star Wars.
Yeah, Ezra and Thrawn. That's some of the biggest like loose ends in Star Wars right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot to still tell, and that we still need information.
Yes. Oh my god. And
So, what's everybody's favorite moment from this particular episode? For me, it's got to be the boom. I think that was my.
After Riker saved Cody.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Ship crashes. He takes him out. It says boom. Walks off all cool, and boom.
that was cool.
Like it was like a very like fun moment that kind of encapsulated like the whole episode for me.
And that character's personality too, like the fact that I think it was Hunter who was like, oh, he's not going in to take Cody out, he's taking Cody out, or he's like taking the machine out of Cody.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap.
What about you, Julie?
I gotta say that I think my favorite moment has to do with the Cody stuff that I was mentioning at the beginning. It happened like shortly before he got hurt. There was just a moment that he was talking to Rex, and it was the two of them like leading, and it just like hit me that like Cody betrays Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan has to kill him, and it is like the saddest thing, and it so happened so fast in the movie, but realistically like it's heartbreaking because like we know Cody so well already. So that was one of my favorite little moments, that it was just like dawning on me.
Okay.
What about you?
I think for me it was when Rex noticed that he had to change his tactics and kind of like do it differently, and then also letting go of, like, trying new stuff pretty much. So when he
Yeah,
tried like the new Bad Batch, and then them also giving respect to Rex, I thought that was super cool.
I loved that. Rex knows how to adapt really well.
Yeah,
And I think he gets that from Anakin.
he does, and also like to think outside the box. And I mean, he
Hmm.
probably wasn't too sure about what he was getting with Clone Division 99, but he then was like, oh, you know what? This is not bad at all.
And it worked out.
Yep. Especially because Rex is the best. Just saying.
Rex is the best. I'm excited to see more of Rex this season and more of Rex like interacting with
Oh,
Ahsoka,
yes.
and maybe Rex's point of view a little bit of Anakin's fall to the dark side.
Yeah. I mean, I always wanted Rex to finish to end up with Ahsoka, so
Mm-hmm.
definitely I'm waiting for the relationship to see. I mean, it didn't go as I had originally wished for, but it's also cool to see. I want to see also how, and I don't know if we're gonna get it with this season, but like the transition of Captain Rex to the Rex we see in Rebels,
Yes, I also
something to that degree.
something about like even if like it's like the last second of the show kind of thing where like he runs away and is in hiding
And then it's like
with
10 years
the rest of
later,
the
and
yeah, something. Even if it's like him coming to his senses after Order 66 happens, like literally anything to indicate that he survived that.
exactly.
Because we all know that he did, but like it would be cool to see it, I
Yeah.
think.
But you know what? I was thinking now that you guys are talking about this, I think we get some type of mention. I think I don't know where, if it's in the Ahsoka book or in Rebels, but how Ahsoka basically explains like, yeah, me and Rex like faked our deaths to escape Order
I remember
66.
she
Oh
talking
my.
about herself, but I don't remember her being with Rex at that moment.
I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I'm pretty sure that he had to do with it. Like the I think where she's saying that she had to hide her
Yeah, yeah, I
lightsabers or
remember
something like
exactly.
that.
I have
I,
to look at the book. I remember exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about.
That would
but
be
I think
insane.
Rex is involved, and it would be actually kind of cool to see it like fleshed out
Yeah,
here. Like, and maybe like Julie was saying, like that, just like a minute, like maybe like just 10 seconds, like maybe like a voiceover, and then like them showing like, okay, like maybe Ahsoka taking off the chip, or something.
It would be
You know.
crazy if like God, I'm gonna be so heartbroken. But it would be so crazy if like Ahsoka is like the Jedi. She's not a Jedi obviously anymore, but like if she was the Jedi around Rex that he like needed to kill when they
Oh,
execute Order 66. So like that would be maybe like
oh yeah.
why she's pretending. And then after like the order passes, I don't really know what happens to the clones. I'm assuming like it just like wears off and they come back to their senses. I don't know.
Hmm.
But something like that would be really cool because that would just be like super dramatic.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
I have to
definitely.
go back to the book because I think they do talk about it. I just don't remember.
Okay. I want to try to read the book. So this story happens after this season of Clone Wars, the Ahsoka book,
Yes,
or
so
does it
it's
happen
right
Yeah,
before?
yeah.
after
It
Order
happens.
66.
Okay. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was
Hmm.
after she leaves the Jedi and then some happens and then Order 66 and then
No, no.
okay.
Like the first few pages is literally her and Maul like exchanging words, and
Oh.
it's like right before. I think he Ahsoka like lures him into like a spot, and then she activates a ray shield, and then like as soon as she activates the ray shield, trapping Maul, like it moves on in the story. Like it doesn't like linger too much.
Oh wow. Okay. So
But
I didn't know Maul was in the Ahsoka book at all. That's
Yeah.
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah,
Oof. Now I definitely have to read it.
yeah.
I am so excited to see Maul, but we all know that already.
I think
We'll get there. We'll get there,
it's
Julie.
gonna it's good. They're gonna be a hint in the next season, but I mean, no, I mean not next season, next episode.
Yeah.
But I think with this episode, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?
No, just it was really cool seeing Trench. Just really cool. I mean, the part where the clone commandos were like, oh, the clones were using an like unorthodox like tactics and stuff like that. And I love the first thing he thinks of is like, was there any Jedi with them? Because like Jedi are like known to think out of the box and kind of use the Force, like and use so that's another moment that I liked. It's just like, was there any Jedi with them?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Trench, you
that
smart
could also
bastard.
that could also go into your theory that Hunter's a little force sensitive, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that would be pretty meta if that ends up being like the case.
Yeah,
I mean, it just seemed to me like it's like sensing things from across the planet. Like we're in Star Wars. That's very Star Warsy.
and they're very like unpredictable. The squad, so like that furthers why he thought they were Jedi and stuff. I don't know. Okay, now I'm kind of like for your theory, Alexis.
Yeah,
Or maybe exactly
yeah.
who created that exact.
Exactly. That's what I'm like. I'm interested in that theory because it's like who created him, or like why did they create him?
Exactly.
And he's a leader too,
Yeah.
so
Huh.
So
who knows?
A lot of
So much
interesting
theories.
things in this episode, and I really can't wait for the next one.
I know I'm so excited already. Do we know what days? Is it going to be Fridays from now on, or
I think so.
okay? Because I remember The
Hmm.
Mandalorian was like every Friday also, but it like released on a Wednesday.
But that
or
was
something
before
like
the
that.
movie.
Oh, it is. No, you guys are right. So the next one, actually, Wikipedia already has the title,
Yeah, remember,
the
don't say it,
names.
don't say it, don't say it.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that the next one is on the 28th of February,
And
and
okay,
then it looks like it's gonna be 6 days, every 6 days after that. So
Yeah,
okay,
it is gonna be
yeah,
weekly.
because
Yeah,
I know
nice.
a group of the 501st and Rebel Legion got to watch it at Lucasfilm the day of the
Oh,
right.
release, and they watched 4 episodes.
oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
So I know a lot of stuff is already out there, which I'm trying to avoid.
That makes sense.
So I don't even want to
Okay.
know the title, because then I'm gonna be
Yeah.
thinking, and then no.
Like, who is it? What is it
Yeah.
about? Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, so every Friday.
Oh, so I'm reading something here, and it seems like the Siege of Mandalore is gonna actually take place during the events of Episode 3.
Yeah, I think the Filoni actually answered a question. And it was like he was
Yep,
he was saying that this is happening in episode
yep.
3. So
Very
Yeah, it looks like
nice.
Dave Filoni had an interview on
yeah,
StarWars.com regarding this. So yeah, you guys were right. Okay, cool, awesome.
Okay, that makes it a lot more fun because of the whole like everything that happens in episode 3, like it's just so cool, and because of like what I was saying like a couple episodes ago, where like I felt like Anakin and Padme's relationship never interested me until I saw Clone Wars because I saw why
yeah.
she fell for him. It's kind of like the same thing for the movies. And episode 3 has so much cool stuff, but the movies I think just don't convey it correctly.
Yeah,
So I'm super excited to see those characters in their like episode 3 like emotions and all that stuff,
Yeah,
and see like Clone Wars with it too.
yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
too
I
many
can't wait.
things.
The Siege of Mandalore has been such a like a mythical thing with the Clone Wars. Like I think I mentioned on a previous episode that like even Sam Witwer was like, "Tell me about the Siege of Mandalore," and Dave Filoni would not spill the beans, and
He had a
obviously we know
plan.
why. He had a plan, so it's just like, oh god, just to see it, and then and then they mention it in Mandalorian, and how all this other media has always like
Rebels.
alluded to it. I mean, Ahsoka,
Oh yeah,
Rebels,
Rebels.
So so good. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
there's so much
I
stuff I'm
can't wait till
excited
we talk
for.
about that
Oh my god,
arc.
it's gonna
Oh.
take like 3 hours, and we're gonna cry. But that's but
Whenever Maul's involved, I cry.
but
I also am so excited to see, like, I know we've mentioned this so many times, but the main thing that I'm excited for to see Anakin's like descent into Vader is Ahsoka's presence with it.
Yes.
Oh my
I can't
gosh.
wait for that.
Well, let's save it. Let's
Yeah.
save it for that
Let's
Oh yeah, no,
wait
episode.
of course.
and see what happens. But I mean,
I am
with
so
this episode,
excited.
I think we covered a lot and we're excited. And it would, I mean, it sucks that because there's no commercials, it's like 23 minutes. And I mean, um, I hope that some episodes are a little bit longer because I know Filoni mentioned in one interview that he was happy that he wasn't like cut to like a certain amount of time because of the TV show and commercials. So let's
Oh,
hope
perfect.
Siege
Okay.
of Mandalore is like an hour and 45 minutes because that's what it deserves.
It deserves. Yes. I agree. I felt like this one was short, but then that was because I was thinking about the Mandalorian. And then I'm like, I gotta remember that these episodes are normally like 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I also hope that some of like the bigger impacting episodes are gonna be longer. I hope.
For sure. So, any last highlights that you guys want to mention, Alexis?
No, that I'm boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. How about you, Julie?
I think I'm good. I think I've said all that I gotta say and expressed how excited I am for Maul.
Nice. So, I mean, we're gonna be here, guys,
Do you have any?
every week. No, I don't think so. I think we talked about a lot. I'm just excited because we're gonna be able to do this every week, and we're gonna talk
Yes.
Clone Wars, which is my favorite show in the whole galaxy. So I can't wait.
It's it's pretty crazy. I just one last little
Yeah.
anecdote. It's just crazy that we are still getting. Well, this is pretty much probably going to be the last, but it's going to be the last of true like George Lucas like
Oh
Star
yeah,
Wars.
I thought
Yeah.
Like
about that too.
this is it. Like this is it. Like there's probably. I mean, I'm not willing to bet the house, but this is probably going to be the last that we're going to be able to get within within the prequel trilogy era. Like, I mean, we got Kenobi, but that's gonna probably, it's probably gonna be after episode
Yeah, I
three.
think
So
Kenobi's gonna feel more like original trilogy, even though like he might be a little bit more prequely.
mhm.
The setting is gonna be so original trilogy that that's the vibe we're gonna have. I think
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like nerding out at the fact that
because
we're
you
getting that.
you love the prequel trilogy, right, Alexis?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I grew up with the prequel trilogy, so to me, that's really my Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
it's crazy to think about it.
and I hope that they like because I know they have like announced. I think that the new film set is gonna be like a prequel, so like super like Old Republic, I think, and stuff. So
Yeah,
hopefully we
the
get
High Republic. Yeah.
hopefully we get some prequel vibes with that in terms of like Coruscant and the Senate and like all that good stuff. But I think this might also be the last of like the prequel era we see.
hmm
It'll be good to enjoy and then move on to another Filoni masterpiece, and we can
Yes.
still be happy about it.
I'm ready for like somebody to do something totally different, like a timeline that we have never seen or
Well, we are
cared.
getting that with Ryan Johnson and Taika Waititi.
My favorite.
So
My two favorites.
let's see. But yeah, I think this is a good way to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So,
Let the Facebook.
yes. So, guys, please follow our Facebook at Roundtable PodRacers, and you can chat with us there, ask us questions, comments, let us know what you think about Bad Batch, and all the good stuff.
And you could follow our YouTube page too, also Roundtable Pod Racers. And we sometimes do these episodes filmed so that you can see us talking with cool outfits on and stuff. And we also make other random videos occasionally.
Yep. So let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe and like the episode.
Yes, and don't spoil the rest of Clone Wars for people if you have seen it.
Yes, don't. Okay, guys, so
right.
till the next time,
Bye-bye.
may the force be with you.
Always.